Hey, buddy, did you see Aang the Last Airbender?
Yeah, I watched it twice in 1 week at home.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. It's a shame. A really loved franchise was not in the theater to make money because this movie was damn good. But, you know, what do we know? Right, Paramount? Welcome back to the tale, everybody. That's right, we are reviewing Aang the Last Airbender movie. Took us a little bit, but we're here. I know we're late. We're late to the party. But I'm Kev, aka Spider Kev. I'm with my buddy Mike Barry.
Hello there.
It's the Kev and Mike show. That's us.
That's us.
That's right. We are doing a full spoiler talk for Aang the Last Airbender. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what to tell you. This was like a couple weeks ago. This movie came out a few
It's
weeks ago.
legally this was a couple weeks ago. Outside of illegally, like 6 months. I stayed the course and I watched it legally. I would have loved to watch it in theaters twice.
Yeah, me too. I would love to see it in IMAX.
Right? Dude, there was every single frame of this movie was cinematic. Every single frame. I don't want to get like bury the lead, but it was amazing. It was cinematic gold, and it really felt like the next evolution of what the story could be and how it can be told.
Yeah, yeah, man. Where do we even start? Where do we want to start at?
Um,
Oh, I
I,
know. How about the intro?
oh yeah, let's go. Let's talk about burning people. Like first off, it starts off with like Yatsu and like Aang's flying his kite, his little hang glider thing, and Gyatso like lands on top of him, and like there's something about him that just always brings like a certain warmth and tear to my eye. I love that man. Um,
Yeah, I
Hank's true friend.
they really wanted you to feel back watching the original series. They wanted you to have that feeling again.
Hmm.
And I feel like they did with that beginning, especially with the intro with all four of the main characters telling each other or telling the people watching the elements
Yeah, like
from
I feel
them
like
being
this
a
did.
kid to them being adults, the transition.
I feel like this did a lot of like exposition really quick, really efficiently, and really well. Like even from that beginning, they talked about the 100-Year War. They talked about Aang and his shame of. I mean, they showed what happened to the air nomads in a horrific way, and they showed Aang crying about it and waking up from a nightmare. Like they got a lot of heavy lifting for the less initiated out of the way very smoothly.
Yeah. Now, okay. So we start out with a is it a the first I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's Republic City,
Hmm.
but it's not. It's kind of
It
like
is
the
Republic City.
I know, but it's kind of like from what Core was, the way Republic City was. This is kind of like a
So
where
Republic City was founded. I could be mistaken because it's been a while since I read it. There was um, towns in the Earth Nation that had Fire Nations settlers and like defection people who defected who lived there, and it came to like kind of almost a war between Aang and Zuko. Of they wanted these people out of the city, but they had like commingled and had families, and Aang and Zuko came to the realization that they need a city for everybody, and that's where Republic City kind of comes from.
yeah. I am proud to be a honorary Airbender. I will say that Airbender's got a lot of shit talk. Saying it's the weakest element out of the four. Not after this movie.
No, no, not at all. Like Zahir kind of showed it how it was done like a good 10 years ago, But Taga took it to a different level, man.
Before we get into all that, we're kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing I wanted out of this movie, I really wanted them to hit on, was the chemistry with the main characters. Right? Like
Yep.
I feel like I speak for a lot of people, a lot of Avatar fans, before watching this movie. Even though it's not the original voice actors voicing these characters, you wanted them to feel like them still.
Absolutely.
You wanted that chemistry. You wanted like Toph being a smartass, Sokka being the comedic, Katara being the hard, Zuko being like the, I don't even know the word for him. It's just the
stoic,
the good
yeah.
man of the group, and Aang is the honorary leader. Even though to me, Sokka is the leader because he's the one putting up the plans. But
I feel like Sokka and Toph were the two hardest to nail, and the two I was looking forward to because they're the biggest personalities, and they nailed them. I think the most.
Yeah.
Like from the moment that Sokka he's like teaching like the younger water tribe kids of his fire bike or whatever it was, and they're like, why would the Avatar hang out with you and non-bender? And like his head gets all big and he starts yelling at the kids. It looked just like Nickelodeon. It was amazing. And then they have like the title cards of like, this is when I saved or I took on the entire Fire Nation armada, and this is when I saved with the sword. And it was like super buff, like good looking sock. I thought they nailed him perfect. Absolutely.
He did sound like the original voice actor too.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
made me grow up a little. I loved it.
Out of all of them, if these were like real people, I would expect Sokka to grow up the least.
Oh yeah, slightly behind Toph, just a little.
Yeah, and Toph would like they introduce her, and she's like, maybe you like dweebs will get me to like use my hands, and she tears up her entire metal bending class, and just
Dude.
she's getting up there in age, and she's like, I'm still the best earthbender in the world.
And I'm bored. Like just those quick little things about her. It's just even like when she sits there, they start moving. She moves her foot, and you see the echolocation from like the originals. Like, oh man, she's the blind bandit for a reason. She is a blind bandit for a reason.
There was one moment, not to jump all the way to the end, but when she's fighting at the end and like she's getting blown by a huge gust of wind, and she plants her feet and she grows like mounds around her feet to try to like steady herself. And her armor. I don't want to get too much into it.
Dude, we're gonna get into it. But my God.
Speaking of so Aang kind of is all finding artifacts, and he gets attacked by the Denied, who are just people who are not benders, which I understand why they're threatened, but they kind of go searching through some airbender artifacts, and they take on Aang, and they put up kind of a really good fight for Aang, which I was a little surprised about. But lo and behold, they steal this map. The map is supposed to lead them to some kind of secret staff that would give bending to the Denied.
Yeah.
And
that whole beginning, especially with him with the Avatar state, this is what I've been waiting for with him as an adult. Just like full power. Even though he was getting his ass kicked a little bit, I feel like he was kind of holding back because he didn't want to fight them because he knew that they weren't non-benders.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's still a pacifist, and like, dude, when he was holding the air temple up and like brings the ground up with it, dude, that is only stuff that you would see in a movie. All right, Nickelodeon would never do that, and like, there are so many scenes in this that I'm like, I wish I could have seen this on a big screen.
We're gonna keep saying that all the whole time.
There's like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. Why?
They don't care.
No.
They don't.
Mm-mm. But how about when Aang finally decides he ends up going back and talking to Korra, but he's like, I gotta get the band back together, and he sends out all of the homing pigeons,
I like
and
the fucking Zuko scene. That's like, oh, is it from the Avatar? Yes. Read it, please. Samuel Hoffman.
man,
I was like, yes. Oh my god. I was laughing. I had to pause it because I was laughing. I was like, yeah, he said it. Hoffman. Hoffman. Oh my god, I'll never forget that episode.
dude, it was perfect.
And he's like, oh, don't forget the fireball or something like that. What was it? The food?
Yeah, he wanted some kind of like fire crunchy things, fire fries or something, which I think Momo ended up eating.
And Zuko's just like, but again, it's how loyal he is to Aang now, where like, I need your help, and he's like, and he goes.
He says it, the only one who can interrupt the Fire Lord during his thing is the Avatar. Exactly.
And
Amazing.
Stephen Ewing, who voiced Zuko, did a great job as well, even though he really didn't have a lot. He didn't really have a lot of dialogue, I will say. I'm gonna get to that my one of my hiccups with this movie in a bit, but like from the voices, or the can't speak, the scenes that he was able to talk, I think he was great in. If you don't know who he is, the guy who voiced Invincible, and the dude's great. I really thought he nailed Zuko with just his morals and just how he is as an adult, which gives us hope for a Zuko movie. Just saying.
Let's find out what happened to him and Azula. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
You know, maybe something to do with his mother. You know.
Well, they said they will not animate the comics, but like after all that, Azula is still out there, and her task in life is to make Zuko the ruthless Fire Lord that he's supposed to be. That is her new task, and it's got to come to blows one day. I want to see it. And you know what they could, call it? They could call it Zuko. That's rough, buddy.
Okay. That's all right.
So anyway, so Aang starts climbing this great melt. Oh man, I have it written down. What the flip was Mount Bayou?
I just want to say, him climbing that mountain, even the movies in general, like the whole movie, visually stunning.
That is number 2.
The environment, beautiful to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just him with the northern lights around him, like, oh my god, it was I want to see this in an IMAX screen. Paramount.
I'm gonna get like whiplash from me like shaking my head so much during this. Absolutely stunning. He eventually unlocks Taga, and the mountain starts falling apart. As beautiful as the ascent was, the descent and crumbling of the mountain was gold. Dude, when he is like sliding under things and the hooks on his boots are sparking and he's just falling, it is absolutely beautiful. Normal animation, I believe, like from my limited research, is like 24 frames a second. This is more. It has to be. It moves so smoothly and so fluently. I was worried about the animation, but it's perfect.
I just love how the roles are switched with Aang finding the Airbender in the frozen, like the frozen bubble or whatever you want to call it, the frozen ice. Like, I loved like the little details of the original, but just with a little bit of a different taste.
Yeah, and he's right. And we end up finding out later, but he says like only an avatar could do this to you, and we find out later why. But Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Dude, when he's falling and he lights up like the foot jets with the fire, it's freaking incredible.
The whole him falling from the mountain, all the
Mhm.
mountain coming behind with Taka still unconscious,
Yeah.
and him just getting to him and Taka helping him to get to Appa the last second.
Dude, I looked at it, I was like, what's he doing? He gets the air ball thing. He ends up jumping on an air ball and like they ride that to Appa. That's freaking incredible. It was again, it doesn't even need to be IMAX. If I could just see this on a big screen with a bucket of popcorn in my hand and or pretzel bites that aren't stale, I would be complete. I was constantly reminded of how good this is. It constantly reminded me of how much of a missed opportunity to get this on the big screen was.
Yeah, I will say too, even before this, I love going back to the Avatar state or the what's the word, the spirit world, talking to all the other avatars again, and them not knowing who the avatar they're looking for. It was
Yeah,
the one of the
I
Earth.
do have her
I
name in
forget
here
her name.
somewhere. It's Avatar, Sonum. Sonum. Here it is right here. Yes. Yay.
Yay!
Thank
There
you,
you go.
Internet. But I kept thinking, like, trying not to picture Drax when he was talking.
I know it's so tough. It's especially just the way he's built. Even Top was having a crush on me. She just goes up behind him, holds his arm. I forgive you, Taka. And then when he's conscious, and Zuko's like, he is beautiful. What?
Yeah. You go, Zuko. You go, dude. Whatever you want, man. Um, so they're all on Appa, and he talks about we need to go find this staff. And Aang kind of meets an airbender and gets along with the airbender, I think, unlike any time he ever has. Um, and Taka kind of shows them how to be like wayfinders for Moana and how to ride air currents.
How to fly without
Almost.
without his glider or his
Yeah. He shows them like the tandem flying. They didn't achieve the level that Zahir did, but like watching them together go through their tandem swing thing was incredible. That I wanted to see that on the big screen. It was
yeah
freaking beautiful. It was amazing.
yeah man.
Yeah.
And he told Taka told Aang that, or he didn't tell him the full story, right? Like he said that was like
He said
he
that
was the student.
he said the earthbenders were attacking in ruthless ways and he was fighting on top of the mountain with Sonam and that's the last thing he remembered.
He doesn't say that he got his airbending from the staff, right? Or
No. No, or maybe he does. He does because that's when Aang is like, I can replenish the airbenders. You're right. He
that's
does.
right. Yes, because Aang feels alone. Like even like in this big world now where everyone's at peace, he's not fully in peace.
Republic City is not whole because it does not have airbenders.
Yeah, so he feels like there's still an empty
Oh.
void in his heart because
Yeah, absolutely.
not only there's no airbenders, he feels guilty because he feels like it's his fault that there's no airbenders.
Aang still holds on to a lot of guilt, um, which I thought he would have gotten past by now because I feel like that was a whole thing in the show. But I do think it was probably brought up again because he did achieve everything he set out to achieve. And the one thing that he couldn't is bring back the airbenders. And this gave him his chance for sure.
Yeah,
And I
but
think
the evil group here comes right behind, right? Taka just starts to bend air and just start crushing the ship with air. I was like, obviously you weren't there, but I'm watching. I'm like,
yeah, because again, this is kind of outside of Zahir. This is the first time we've seen airbending used on the offense to hurt. It is not in an airbender's nature to hurt and to maim. It is strictly for defense and evasion. And the fact that Taga goes right to it and starts crushing that ship kind of throws, and Aang is kind of like, whoa, dude, you can't do that. And Korra picks up on it. Or not Korra, oh my goodness. Katara picks up on it right away. Yeah, my bad.
ooh,
And like that's yeah, probably. My bad, internet. Don't hate me. But the Katara picks up on it and like she starts noticing all these little things, and we'll come back to that later.
Yeah,
But
because he's starting to show a little bit of like a violent side of him. Like he's starting to show the ways that he believes in the world and what he sees.
Yeah.
But we get the cool sequence of this. They're going through the storm. The ship is going down, so Zuko, Sokka, Toph, and Katara are inside trying to get the ship back up, while
Yeah,
Aang
they're trying to
and
repair
Taka
it.
are trying to clear the way.
So yeah, Aang and Taka go off on their own to try to like destroy these freaking tornadoes, and they do it by doing their spin tandem thing, which again, it's amazing. And again, it's Aang is going to listen to this guy because he wants to feel like he's with someone. It feels a brotherly connection to him, I'm sure. But he kind of leaves Team Avatar behind, and he's trying to lead with them. And at one point, he's like, "Wait, we're getting too far ahead." And Taga's like, "Trust in your friends. Trust in them. Come with me. We have no time." And they start taking that thing. Meanwhile, the airship is plummeting. It is like belly up and falling down, and everybody inside is trying to fix it. And freaking Katara jumps out on the front, and like there ain't nobody does it like a mad Katara, like at all.
No one.
Dude,
Nobody.
she parts that sea like freaking Moses, dude. And like I was like, yeah, like that was so cool. And like she's not a little waterbending girl as Taga called her earlier in the movie. She is the waterbending master.
Yeah.
And she proves it time and time again. Dude, she just tears that thing up. And Zuko, he's firing into the furnace, and he tells Sokka, pull that lever now. Dude, the flames all kick on. That thing goes right. Again, another scene. Another scene I want on the big screen. This movie is full of them. And then they end up punching through the eternal storm, and they come into the eye of the storm. And what do we see, Kevin? Three islands.
The turtles.
Right? The lion turtles.
The lion turtles. So beautiful. Again, another beautiful scene. Another gorgeous scene.
And everyone's pretty grumpy with Aang because he didn't quite relay the message to them, and they could have died. And he's like, this is my chance. Like, I'm sorry, but this is the chance I have to take. And the seams are definitely starting to come apart in Team Avatar there. And Taga kind of brushes it off and blames himself for it. And Aang is like, I need to go out and like look around. And he stands on the edge of the ship, and he just falls off and blows his whistle. And as he's falling, dude, like I need that as a background.
Oh my god!
I want that as a poster. Like that was probably the most beautiful scene in the movie. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, it was so good. It was. I'm like watching it, and I'm getting teary eyed for some scenes. I'm just like, god,
yeah,
it's like watching this as a kid all over again. Like
it feels like the perfect extension of what like the show could be. It was fucking beautiful. It was beautiful. Sorry, kids.
Okay. But we get to the oh no, the turn of the movie, even though it was so predictable. Taga starts to lose it.
Yeah, and you know what? Because Katara tells Taga to stay behind and help them because she doesn't trust him, and then he disappears. And as much as she's a badass when she needs to be, and she can park that sea, Lord help the person who is wronging Aang and that she catches wind of, because she goes after him and she says straight to him like, um, she said, Aang is like the reason this world is at peace. He's the reason that the nations are together. And Taga, he's like, Aang has weakness, and that weakness is you. And it's on.
Oh shit.
Yep. And it's on. They start fighting. They start going back and forth. And
then,
he goes to Lara, and she freezes his hand. And it was just
cool shot.
dude, it was so cool. But then like I kept like occurring to me like he's beating the crap out of everybody. But like these people have never had to counter air moves,
I
and not only
love
have they never had to counter air moves, they never had to counter like offensive air moves.
yeah, I love the fact that they all like the rest of the team shows up to help Katara. The only thing Zuko says is traitor, like a stormtrooper from Force Awakens. I was like, okay.
He needs to take his boomerang move, swing it around.
But going back to what I loved about this movie was the fight choreography.
Mm-hmm.
We love the fight choreography. The one thing about Korra was great was the fight, like the new bending, the fight choreography was all amazing. They went another level with
They
these
did.
guys. Like these are characters that we wanted to see evolve with their bending as they got older. And you saw it from Toph and her metal bending to earth bending to fight Taka to Katara using her water and freezing up Sokka's boomerang. Like,
dude, it's peak fire bending, peak water bending, peak earth bending, and like peak Sokka. Like it's amazing. Like they work in such a synergy, and they have such a connection with each other. Because like I feel like even at like the ending of Avatar, like everyone was kind of at their peak, but they weren't all working together. And they have like 1000% honed their moves, and they anticipate without even talking. And they just, it was incredible. And they kind of hold their own, and then Dave Batista comes out and brings out the WWF moves, right? Dude, he like straight like big stinky leg drops like Zuko. He kicks him in the air and then like suplexes him down, and like it was crazy. And then yeah, he apparently airbenders can shoot people.
yeah, if like I saw as one of a move called Snipe Shot in Pokemon for Inteleon, the starter water type Pokemon. So all he does is he literally just sticks out his finger and he shoots a water like a water bullet at somebody. That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah,
because he straight up kills them
with
one shot. He just kills all of them.
The whole team Avatar dead.
Whole team Avatar dead. Like meanwhile, Aang finds the staff.
Aang is off in his own little Avatar world, like
oh, I can't wait to show the guys. They're all dead.
Yeah, they're all sorry, dude.
The Taka somehow quickly gets to him. Like quickly gets to him, and then Aang finds out not that his friends are dead, is what he did to Katara.
Yeah, and that's the other end of it. Aang has always lost control, and even when he was at the guru, what was the guy with the chakras? I guess he was just the guru, right? I forget, but where he tried to learn control over the Avatar state, because every time something would happen to Katara, he would snap into it, and then he finds out Katara is not okay, and he snaps into Avatar mode. And freaking
Taka still beats him up.
Yeah, that one of my big gripes about this movie is the Avatar state was used too frequently and it was too weak.
Yeah.
It was like one hit and he's out of it every single time.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
and I understand there needs to be stakes and it just can't be God mode, but um the fact that this guy, and I understand he's been through war and he's fought all of the other nations and he's had to kill and he's had to come up with tactics that are far beyond what they are used to. But he shouldn't have beaten them up as bad, and especially Avatar mode Aang.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll talk more about our dislikes at the end, but yeah, that was the way. Like, I get it. Like, if Taka is like kind of more what's the word?
Militant, seasoned,
Seasoned, I guess, like more battle
ruthless. Yeah,
ruthless. Yeah, like Aang is mostly known for his defense when it comes to airbending. It's like you said,
yeah.
they're mostly Aang Aang used airbending for defense. Taka just uses that pure offense and pure like ruthlessness. So I don't know that kind of thing, and he kills him.
He kills Aang,
And he takes Appa, the bastard.
and Appa's like, I'm okay with this. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Well, what is he supposed to do? He tried to save it. He tried to save Aang.
He would have fought back more, man. I'm disappointed in Appa.
Oh, stop it! But he takes Appa.
He should not yip to that guy at all.
He takes
So
Appa,
yeah, and Aang falls.
He goes into the spirit world, and he finally meets
Sunam. And she starts off by saying, "No avatar has ever fallen to such shame as to follow me here." And Aang's like, "It's always been my fault. It's the war was his fault. The airbenders dying were his fault. His friends dying are his fault." And she says, "No one has ever fallen to such shame as to follow me here." And like, I was like, "Damn,
yeah, dude,
that hits."
Because like, again, we said it. Like he carries so much weight on his shoulders, especially now that he's older and he's understanding everything. And yeah, he won the war. Yes, he brought peace. There's still that void that's empty, and he still has those thoughts in the back of his head of, it's still my fault that my people are not here.
Right, like at this point, he's not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And like his mortality is in his face. Absolutely.
So it's, I think now that he's growing up, he just, your worst enemy is your own mind.
Absolutely.
And the voices in your head can be loud, but it's up to you to quiet them up. But his is just too loud, and he just wants to save everybody. He wants to be the avatar that everybody will remember, but people do remember him. You know, he's the one that ended the war, the 100-year war. Like,
but you know what?
See that.
As many people are out there congratulating him, it will always be the squeaky wheel like screams loudest, and like the negativity will always speak over that. The one, what are they called? The uninitiated, the bad guys, the non-benders. The one non-bender girl says like, "Where was he 100 years ago when your entire family got wiped out? All those people were dead, and it's his fault he wasn't there." So like,
you weren't alive either, lady.
right? Well, but like all of that there's still people who think that about him. So I'm sure it's come up many times.
Yeah.
But he's talking to Sonam, and we kind of get our interesting backstory to Taga and how Sonam made the air nomads to be the peacekeepers and the bringers of hope, and to kind of do what Aang kind of set out to do. And they were set out originally to unite the nations. And they were met with ruthless punishment and death. And Taga was at the forefront of all of it. And the Earth Nation killed a lot of his friends. And as time went on, it just wore at him and blackened his soul.
What did you think of him joining the other group? I kind of didn't understand that.
Joining the other group
and giving them Earth airbending power.
Well, that was his thing all along, was to bring the air nomads out and make the air nomads.
Yeah, but for the non-benders, it's like, so you're going to become benders that you hate?
Power's a funny thing, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess so.
Power's a funny thing when the opportunity is given to you. Like, people sell out real quick.
Anyway, so
yeah, they sent the nomads to the mountains, and so after Taga ended up getting consumed by the spirit world, and kind of it took everything in Sonam to kind of destroy him and lock him in that air bubble or ice bubble on top of the mountain so no one could ever find him. And in doing so, she was mortally wounded, and her last act was to lock away the staff and to send the nomads to the mountains so they could be far away from all the other nations in their war.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of amazing for what the air nomads are.
Yeah.
They detach,
I'm proud to be an airbender.
Yep, they detach themselves from all earthly tethers and all drama. And the air nomads were pretty happy.
Yeah. They're living in
peace. Let go of all of it.
Oh,
boy.
But Katara brings him back.
Right? So he's falling. He ends up falling away from her, and he starts falling through the lineage of the avatars. Yeah. And I thought that was an amazing sequence. And as he's like, no, it's not my time. It's not my time. A rope of water comes down, and it's Katara's healing water that yanks him out, as only she could.
It just so happens that all of them fall into the water spirit.
Yeah. She said she fell in, and then because of where they're at, and it's the most spiritually inbound place ever. Plot armor.
Plot hole.
Everyone's not dead. Hey,
and they're all mostly shirtless. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Characters are hot, man. They're all hot.
Yeah, they, as Zuko would say, yeah, they're all very handsome or whatever.
They're all very pretty. They're all very good looking. Yeah. So Aang apologizes to them because he understands now that he may have, overjudged.
Aang is an eternal optimist, and his optimism got in the way of what was good for everybody. He will always see the best in everybody. It's what he does.
Yeah.
And he was definitely blinded by it.
Yeah. So
they have to get off the island. They realize that they're on the most spiritually active place ever. And so they call on an old friend. The freaking water spirit from season 1, dude. Like, oh my god.
I was so happy. I was like, let's go, dude. They're bringing everything back.
And like, I was a little sad, like Sokka didn't say anything about UA, but like, I'll let it slide.
He's got Suki now. It's all right.
Yeah, but she was cut from this. She was in the movie, but got cut.
Bastards. Well, she was at the end.
Great. We saw a single frames of her.
I'm sorry.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah. But then they have to go in. They have to go in between the spirit world.
Go into the spirit world, yes.
Yeah, you got baby Toph. You got old Katara and Zuko
from the character models from Korra.
And then you had young Sokka and young Aang from the original series.
Yeah. And like, was it me or was Momo like? I'll have to watch it again, but I feel like Momo in that ball form was like from the cactus juice.
I gotta
I,
rewatch. I think so.
I think
I
it
think
is.
so. It's the quenchiest. So
Yeah.
they get helped by Taika Waititi's character.
Mm-hmm. Did you get like straight like Robin Williams genie vibes off of him?
Yeah, a little bit. Love it. I also got like a little like a upper like a more personality creature than Korg was. Like more
Yeah,
personality.
I still love Korg.
Me too. But anyway, so they get back. They're back to normal. And then Taiga and the group start attacking the Republic City.
Yeah, this is where it goes like full on crazy battle mode.
Anime type of fight. Like,
Yeah. So Taga gets the staff and he starts bringing the temple of what was it? Druana, the air paradise, into on top of Republic City, and shit goes nuts because we got the denied who are all now full-fledged airbending masters.
I really liked how they used airbending. Like the one girl is not shooting a bow and arrow. She's shooting her arrow, but she's going like she's using air just to shoot. Like she's
Yeah,
not using a bow.
and she's got them on fire too. So there's that
Yeah.
nice little like combination of bending that we see later on in Korra. And they're kind of mopping the streets with them. But Team Avatar kind of comes in and holds their own. And then Toph armors up in the coolest scene ever. Like, I know she's blind and I love her, but like, how does she have that much style? Like,
And her hair went long. I was like,
dude, it was dope. It was amazing. Like, she had that
okay,
face
Tom.
shield,
Okay,
right?
Tom.
And she still says it. She's like, I am still the best bender.
And then Zuko kicking ass with his firebending.
Mm-hmm.
Katara using what's left of her water bank. What I love about it was she's like, crap, I'm out of water. Sokka comes in
With the Sokka cycle.
with a Sokka cycle and gives her moisture to use water. So her, Toph, and Zuko all together use bending to clear everybody out.
Absolutely.
But, that's so good.
I will say it did bother me and make me very sad to see. We should probably pour one out and give a couple minutes of silence towards the cabbages that were lost in this battle.
No. I stopped. I'm like, this man can't catch a break.
My cabbages!
I'm like, God damn. This poor man just can't catch a break.
No, not at all.
Oh my god. But then we get the awesome fight with Taga and Aang again. They go back and forth. Aang takes the staff from him.
Mm-mm.
He starts to lose it. Like he starts to get. You start seeing how he changes the color, how it went from like bright to like dark.
Yeah, he was bright
colors.
blue and then started going purple and started turning to red. And he says it's like this was supposed to be an amazing thing, and you ruined it. It was what he wanted, and you ruined it, and you turned it, you twisted it into a nightmare. And then Tog, as he's laying on the ground, he's like, now I know you have the strength to do what is necessary. And just at that moment, Aang, he's losing it. Team Avatar is like, he's not okay. They know like what happens when he gets overwhelmed of power and how easily he is taken by it. And they come over and he's about to lay the killing strike. And Aang sees the airbender symbols kind of blow in the breeze. And he kind of goes inside himself. And whose hand shows up? Gyatso. Freaking Gyatso. And he says, Aang, you will do so many great things as the Avatar. but you must be willing to do what you fear the most. And like he has to let his dream go. And Aang is the only person that would ever break that staff for the betterment of everybody.
It was good. It was good that he broke the staff. Because
Yeah.
after that, the Denied lost their airbending power. The Denied member actually started to help Team Avatar.
Yeah. She
'Cause
seemed like she wanted to be more, but they didn't really do anything with her.
yeah, because Aang saved her in the beginning, and she was kind of
Mhm.
like conflicted after that. And then now at the end, she realized what they were doing and went to Team Avatar and helped them out.
And Taga, he's pretty pissed off, and Aang kind of tells him like, "Hey, we need to forgive ourselves for what we were able to do and what we weren't able to do. We have to let it go." And we didn't get a chance to talk about it earlier, but Taga tells Aang this this saying that no, what Sonam had told him, and it is air nomads are formed from the mist. We walk the world for but a moment in time. Then we return to the eternal wind. And like he says that to Taga, and Taga understands and he lets go and he fades away and he becomes the wind again. And it was very poetic. It was very touching.
Yeah, man. Team Avatar gets the win, even though the city's pretty much destroyed.
They'll build it again.
They'll build it again. So we get that. They rebuild the city. Aang becomes a teacher.
Yeah.
Aang becomes a teacher.
Katara says it. She says, like, Republic City is complete. The first air temple has been erected in 100 years. And Aang just geeks out. And we get to see, like, that amazing side of Aang that first rode the penguins down the ice with Katara. And we see that side of him. And it's incredible. It's
He gets to teach his students. The
he
one
gets
member of the Nine was there.
and that's the thing. He understands that having the ability to airbend does not make the ways irrelevant in the teachings. The teachings are more important than the ability. And when he realizes that and how important that is to teach, it is the beginning of a new era for the air nomads.
And they go and travel to an island where
Yeah,
all the flying bison are at.
yeah, some locked away island where the other avatar just hit it, and they come around the corner and they lift up the palm trees, and there's a whole flock of air bison.
And Appa goes flying. And I'm like, oh, Appa gets to see his people. Oh my god.
Dude, it was like one of the greater mysteries of Korra was like they start Korra and there's a whole bunch of air bison. I'm like, well, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
And like this explains it, and it was amazing, and I wasn't expecting that, and it was kind of the best ending. Like Aang made the right choice.
The last he says, yep, yep. Oh
Yep,
my
yep.
god.
And like, why couldn't that been on the big screen?
I know. Paramount bastards.
Dude, we could have had air bison popcorn buckets and Aang freaking cups, and nope.
Damn it.
This movie was incredible. It is one of the biggest missed opportunities in recent memory of what could have and should have been. I don't have many gripes. My biggest gripe is Suki was cut. They didn't mention Uncle Iroh at all. And yeah, that's two of my biggest gripes, aside from Avatar State.
My biggest gripes, although I did enjoy this movie, I thought the pacing was a little too fast.
Yeah, for being 90 minutes, I think they could have done with another 15 minutes.
They could have stressed us out a little bit more.
Mhm.
Everything was kind of this boom, 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 boom. Like we gotta get this. Like it felt kind of rushed,
Yeah.
but it was still a fun time to watch these characters again and just go on a journey.
Yeah.
Another gripe, I wish they kind of all had more like dialogue together. Like I wish they could, like especially Katara and Zuko. I wish they would have talked a little bit more, or
Yeah.
like we really. It was, I get it was mostly like an Aang movie, but I kind of wish they talked more to each other.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see like them kind of sit down and shoot the shit in a kind of way. Like they showed it at the end of them kind of like BSing. Like there's a moment where like Qatar is hitting Aang with like water on the back of his head. There's a moment where Toph and uh uh who's she riding the Sokka are like riding on a bike together. And, like they kind of like show it in like these passing frames. They show Suki in the passing frame, and I'm like, if you had added another like 10 minutes of just like little things like this throughout the movie, um, it would have been nice. I feel like the only time you really saw in the movie them kind of feeling like they used to was during the note that Aang sent the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
More of that would have been appreciated.
Another. I don't know if it's.
You sit on that for a minute. You let that cook because I want to talk about one more cameo that nobody called out, and that is Foaming Guy and his kid. When Aang comes flying in the Republic City, and the guy reaches up at his
Yeah,
kid, and they start foaming at the mouth. I was like,
I forgot about them until I saw them. Like, oh, that's great.
it's one of the most random friggin' things
Uh,
ever.
Honestly, those are only my two gripes. Honestly, it's other than that, it was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the best parts were the chemistry between the characters again, like them together. Then miss a beat. I just wish they had more talking to each other,
Yeah.
more that type of scenes. Um, I think the biggest one for me, god damn those action sequences. God damn those bending battles, so good. Were so good. They were so fun to watch. I want more of it. I want more. Visually, absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm. I think
Visually
the
stunning.
animation blew me away. I think the most because I remember when we first saw the preview, I was like, oh, that looks like it might be weird, but like it worked so damn well. Like it was 3D, but not, and I feel like you got a lot more detail and a lot more smoother action with it, and it worked out great.
Yeah. Yeah. Visually, absolutely amazing. I want posters of certain scenes from
Mm-hmm.
that movie.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I think overall it was just a great time. It was just a
You
fun
ready?
movie. Just
Are
a
you ready to
fun
give a
time.
number or letter grade
I
to it?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll give it a number. I've been teeter tottering. Um, I give
Well,
it.
it's the internet. No one's gonna hold it against you. I promise.
I know. I'll give this a solid 8.
That's kind of where I'm sitting. Um, there were a couple little things that kind of held it back a little bit for me. Pacing was one. Um, and I think it not being on the big screen as like
Yeah,
it
such
kind
a
of
missed
holds it back
opportunity.
for me. Yeah.
It was so
I will give this an 8.
Yeah.
It was damn good. I enjoyed it more on the second time, and I will be absolutely revisiting this in the future.
Yeah. I
If
think
if
overall,
this ends up getting released on HD DVD or whatever it is anymore, or what's the new thing? What do they got? I don't even know.
streaming.
UHD? No, no, no. I want a physical copy of this. I ended up buying it from Amazon to stream it, but I want a physical copy of this. I want a director's cut. I want this to come out on physical media, and I want them to put in the scenes that are not there.
You could tell they made this with heart
Mm-hmm.
for the fans because that's what they've been wanting. It's just a shame that Paramount just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, and when it was leaked earlier, everyone was like, "It was terrible. It was terrible." I try not to let those things influence me, but sometimes they creep in, and I didn't have the biggest expectations for this. I
No,
kind of went in with low expectations,
I
and I
went
was
in. I went in
completely
with open mind.
yeah, and like I was completely blown away by it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I sure
Well,
hope we get a second one.
I hope we get more.
And
I heard we're
yeah,
supposed to get more. I don't know if that's with Team Avatar or just what. I know we're getting that Earth Avatar series later this year.
yeah. Well, and which that is my understanding. It's getting split into two parts. Book one is split into like a 8 and 10 episode dump or something like that.
Great. Whatever. Well,
Yeah.
any last words before we wrap it up?
No, I was pleasantly surprised with this, and I really enjoyed getting back in the saddle with Team Avatar.
Yeah, man. This is a blast.
It
Well,
was.
we appreciate you guys for watching. Let us know down in the comments what you thought about this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let us know. Follow us on all of our socials, Geeks at the Nerd Hero Podcast, all your social platforms. Follow Jose's comic book store, Baby Gorilla Comics at Pendel, PA. He is having a sidewalk sale this coming Saturday, the 22nd, 12 to 7.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Either way, Saturday, the 22nd, he's doing a sidewalk sale. 50% off Funkos, 50% off back covers. What's that how you said
Back
it?
issues.
Back issues.
Back issues.
It's got back end. Back issues. He'll throw in some deals for you as well. He's a good guy. He wants everyone to be happy. If you want a session to sound pretty, like me and Mike did a couple weeks ago, GM Productions, George, listen, the man loves what he does, and he will make you sound absolutely amazing. Book a session, GM Productions, social media as well. Michael, this was fun, man.
Well, as always, I promise I'll finish the live action Avatar series soon, and we can talk about that. I love talking Avatar.
From what I've gathered, it's not really much to talk about.
Yeah, there's a few gripes, but I still like it. It's abridged, to say the least, but oh, my friend, always a pleasure.
From one Airbender to a I don't know what you are.
I'm kind of all of them now.
Oh my god, you're the Avatar.
I am. Oh my goodness. No, I definitely have been leaning more towards the air philosophy of
look at us.
let it go, man. It's
Let
just
it go.
stuff. It's just things. Just let it go.
Okay. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you guys back at the table. Peace.
Yip yip.
Fuck you, Paramount.